Welcome, this video will show you how you can limit your hard drive space to other users on your computer. To restrict the space, we're going to use the built-in function of Windows NTFS formatted drives called quota limiting. If you're not sure what NTFS is, don't worry about it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to limit your hard drive space. Well, if you want to limit, say like kids space or friends, whatever, you'll need another user account. Because I've already created another one. It doesn't matter to me much, so you may need to create one. I'll get another video uploaded as soon as I can about creating another account. Anyway, enough of all that. So the first thing you need to do then is go into my computer. Now I need to also point out that limiting is on a per drive basis, so whatever you set on one hard drive, it won't affect another one until you manually control the other one. So if you want to really restrict hard drives, you may want to get a hard drive lockout tool as well. Anyway, I'm going to restrict the my local disk C drive. As you can see at the moment, it says 19.9 gigabytes or 20 gigabytes. Now to restrict that, you need to right click and select properties. You get a window looking like this. You get all these tabs at the top here. The one you want to click on is quota. And you probably come to that because I've not set it up before yet. You should just see basically grey stuff in front of you. So the first thing you need to do now is check the box saying enable quota management. Then check the second box saying deny disk space to users exceeding their quota limit. Then select apply first of all. And it'll give you a warning saying you should enable the quota system only if you intend to use quotas on disk volume, which we do. It'll say the volume will be rescanned to update disk usage statistics, etc. This might take a few minutes, so if you just press OK, and you should see this little traffic light thing here, and it'll say rebuilding disk quota information. On Windows Vista, Vista users, you may have to press this UAC thing if you have that turned on. So it is possible to do this in Windows Vista. It'll eventually tell you that this quota system is active with the little green light. What you need to do now is click on quota for entries, that bottom right here. Okay, I want to limit the amount of hard drive space that my alternate account Curtis has. So on the logon name down here you get administrators, network service, admin, local system, etc. I've noticed on some systems they can, it's like hundreds and hundreds of here. You want to restrict your username only. You can restrict your system's hard drive if you really wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, mind. Alright, it'll tell you that I've used up here 6.4 megabytes, which, well, is nothing really. Now for the same sake I'm going to restrict that to 10 megabytes, so if you just double click on that then. And I'm just go over this again. So you want the logon name, so you'll probably get your name of your computer. Mine's Windows X, well WinXBHE / Curtis, and that's my logon name. So when you double click that, you should get a box looking like this. I want to limit this space to you put your amount you want to limit this space into 10 megabytes. So you can get your unit sizes where you get kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, and not sure what EB is. And you can set your warning level to, let's say, about 7 megabytes. Then you just click on apply. Alright, and it'll tell you here that quota use is 6.4 megabytes, which is 64% of the quota. And it'll tell you the remaining amount as well, so just click OK. Now you need to make sure that your systems, your local service, network service, etc., all that kind of thing isn't affected, so they remain on no limit. Well, you can limit your systems, well, what amount of space your computer can use, but I really wouldn't recommend that. But anyway, so I've set limit to 10 megabytes. If you just go to my other user account, that's what I've set it to, so if you just log off. and just log in again on the other account. Okay, just get rid of all these annoying balloons down here. So if you go into my computer then, right click on the local disk, select properties, and you'll now see that your capacity is 10 megabytes. So basically Windows now thinks that that user account has basically 10 megabytes of hard drive space. So if you just, I don't know, create a bitmap document or something, which is basically paint, try to save multiple documents, because it's equivalent to about 10 floppy disks this. So if I just randomly draw into there, randomly draw that as well, put a bit of yellow and green in there. And this affects the whole of that one hard drive, so you could shove it onto my documents, the desktop. It basically affects anything that's stored onto that hard drive. So let's just shove that onto the desktop, save, and then just copy and paste that a couple of times. Eventually it'll give you this message here, cannot copy this document, there is not enough free disk space. So that's basically what happens when you try to exceed your disk quota limit. Just click OK there. Just go properties again. And there you go. So that's basically the user case has 10 megabytes free, and trying to exceed it won't happen. So if you just log on to admin again. You can limit yourself as well. So if you manage to, if you do decide to play about with this, be careful you don't restrict yourself, because you can run into one or two problems. Right, anyway, so if you're back on the admin account, we can see basically that there's no limit, and therefore we'll get the full access to the hard drive, the full size amount. So if you go back to quota, and then click on quota entries again, it probably says do not limit disk space here. That's just basically the default. Yeah, look, so select the default quota limit for new users on this volume. You leave that on do not limit and just click quota entries. If you want to expand or shrink in size, double click on your user again, so WinXP HE /Curtis. So if you just double click that, so if I wanted to increase that to, well, decrease it, should we say, to 5 megabytes, and then set the 1 to 3, it'll give you this red exclamation mark saying that the user has already exceeded their quota limit. And when you log on again, they'll be asked to basically delete data until they're underneath that quota limit. If you want recommendations, I'd say put 512 megabytes with a warning level about 400 on the average computer, because data is stored even when the user doesn't intend it to be. Plus that gives them room for documents, etc. and things like that. You can set it to 1024 megabytes or 1 gigabyte, etc. So that's basically how you set up quota limits for on Windows XP. The procedure is pretty similar on Windows Vista. And like I say, you'll have to play about with UAC and things like that. And just make sure that your system isn't restricted as well. That's another thing. It is possible to bypass this function, as I say, by using flash drives, etc. It is effective, however, by limiting the amount of data on a specific hard drive, and to do so in installing large unauthorized programs. Oh, another way to get around this is, like I say, if you get a drive lock program, there's plenty of them out there. So you can restrict access and only allow access to certain hard drives on that one specific computer. Anyway, for any additional information, please review the video description on the right hand side. Thanks for watching.